What it do, y'all, is how I make R&B samples for Tory Lanez. Let's get right to it.
Alright, now first I'll let me play this joint for y'all so we can hear it. So first of all, I'm sure how I did it. This preset that I use, Kabi's Analog Lab, Midnight Sounds to upright soft piano. Initially, I did. Here's how the pattern originally sounded. I've used this piano before, but I kind of did something to it. It's not a bad sound. So this one was in the key of G minor, and it was a 6-7-1-1-7-6 progression. And I just copied the exact same thing, brought a 5 chord in at the end of this one just to change the progression up a little bit. Made all these chords ninth chords. Just ninth chords is just like a 1. And what you can do is turn this snap to grid, make it lined up, just so you're not like moving all over the grid. These are strummed, but turn that on, then the snap to scale is the key, because when you turn this button on, taking these white notes into account, as you can see, it's like white and dark. You're just messing around with the white ones now, so it's like boom, and then you just skip one. This is gonna be your third since this is your second. Boom, and then just skip another. That's your 7th. Boom, that's your 9th. So I always love messing with ninths. And on this one, I put 2 layers of bass notes. These are just the root notes. That's all these are. And I did 2 layers though. So what I did with this one, it's a cool sound, but pitched it up an octave. So like. What I did is I bounced it out to audio, and then with this audio right here, I actually pitched this audio down an octave. So, oh shit, not the right one over there. Pitched this audio down an octave, so it's in the same octave as the original pattern, but it sounds a little warped for that like underwater Drake, Tory Lanez sound. Damn. So that's beautiful. So for this melody, I believe it's the same sound, but I didn't like bounce the audio, I didn't warp it. So yeah, this is, same soft piano preset from Kabi's Elements of R&B Analog Lab preset back. As you can see, I love this down pattern. Not to mention, for this chord progression, I did strum it. So for Alt A and then Alt S. Yeah, Alt S, and so mess with the start times. And then I randomized this. Velocities are all random. Alt A to highlight everything, and then Alt R, you're gonna mess with these velocities. I do it usually at like 40%, not gonna lie, 40, 42, 45%. And for my other counter melody, just beautiful. I love this sound. So this was Elements of R&B synth one shot. It's called Drops. Kabi's kit. Beautiful sound. I love the idea of having like 3 of the same melody patterns, and then changing up on the 4th one. It never fails, to be honest. And all I did was just move this one up 1. That's all I did. Hard. And for this pad progression, we went to Analog Lab again. I want to say this is Elements of R&B. Yeah, Kabi's Elements of R&B Analog Lab bank again. This rainy pad. Beautiful. And so what I always love doing with pads is this was the 5th. But you know, I usually just say it's the 3rd one from the top. 3rd note in every chord from the top of the chord, and I just invert it to add some different chord voices. Just to add some variation, you know, you can't tell difference. You know, it really tells difference actually, and I love it. Just same chord with different chord voicings to add some variation. Let's add one to Analog Lab again, and Elements of R&B as well. So Kabi's Sonic Mastery. It's called Signed Dreams from his band. And I didn't alter the chord voicings on this one. I think it sounded weird when I did. But yeah, these are just the copied chords from the main progression. And I took out the bass notes as well. It's a smooth ass pad. And this bass, got a 1 shot for the bass. So yeah, Elements of R&B. Super subby, but it kind of goes along with like the big chords, making it subby, so I like the vibe it brings. Didn't add any transition notes. But yeah, I love it. Then we got this phrase right here. This is from I believe Copy's Melody Mastery Kit. Beautiful. If folks don't add phrases to your loops, I highly suggest it. I didn't for the longest time. I thought it sounded full with like this. It kind of does. But a phrase just adds like, I don't know, every time I add a phrase, it just sounds like it should have been there, so. I said I'd never lose you. I thought my words were so true. Yeah. And I swore I'd never hurt you. Cool. Then I added a little, made a high pitch. My B section. My fourth section, dread it out. Beautiful. And then I did muzzle the same progression. So I know it sounded already kind of warped, the main piano progression. I did muzzle it for a second in the fourth section. Just add some variation. And I did take out that piano progression as a whole, and I added like a different counter melody for my third section. This is from Copy's Melody Mastery Kit, Vintage Tone Lead. That's really it, and I'll show you how I mix this joint. Cool, so yeah, this main progression. Let's bounce the audio. We have a Valhalla Vintage verb on it, 44%. We have an EQ on it. Take out some low mids and lows, cut out some highs for sure. And yeah, this is not panned at all. Stereo separated 25%. And I did bounce it to audio. And I'm just having another EQ cutting out some highs. I believe there was like some weird transients for this one melody right here. Same effects, I'm sorry. Same effects as the original piano pattern. If my this counter melody is beautiful. So I use this delay trick, free delay 3, to muzzle it a little bit. So what I do is I put the time knob all the way down, level knob all the way down, and dry knob all the way down. Mess with the cutoff. This cutoff acts as like a low pass filter. So I did that first. Then we put Valhalla Vintage verb on it, it's 65%. Then I cut out some low mids and lows and some highs with another EQ. This reverb, this delay, it just adds a cool like kind of like a warped feeling whenever I counter melody. Was panned 15% to the left. And yeah, cool. So my pad has got 75% Valhalla Vintage verb, so a lot of reverb. And EQ cutting out some low mids and lows and a lot of highs. Yeah, I like it. Panning it 25% to the left, 25% stereo mix in that joint. My other pad, side pad, got a 50% mix on the Valhalla Vintage verb. Cutting out some low mids and then lows and a lot of highs. It's really how the original frequency was. So the sound is panned 25% to the right, stereo mix of 25%. And my bass sound, man, got Valhalla Vintage verb at 10%. Yeah, and then I got a EQ cutting out like I think it's like 20 hertz cut, and a 250 cut, low mids cut, and then taking a lot of highs. Sometimes in bass, yeah, see there's like some transients that just pop up. The bass sound a little more poppy than I think it should, so got a low pass cut. You can't really get a difference though. Phrase, got 60% Valhalla Vintage verb mix on that joint, and then cut out some low mids and lows and enough highs so I can alter it. And I'll do this filtered piano. So I bounced out this piano, the original one. Bounced out to audio with all of its effects. This one had Decimer MPC 60 preset on it. I made it cut at 2700 hertz. So yeah. And I added pretty reverb, 25% mix on the wet knob. And EQ, taking out some low mids and lows and boosting some highs. And this EQ is just for leveling. Yeah. This muzzle piano, panned at 25% to the left and 25% stereo mix. And this one, kind of beautiful. I have the same delay trick, so I just mess with the cutoff. Just cut out the high end. Then I have 60% reverb from Valhalla Vintage verb. This sound is panned at 50% to the right. So my two counter melodies are panned 50% to to the right and left. And my two pads are usually panned 25% to the right and left, just to add some space. The main progression usually isn't panned. And so now what are the vocals?
I said I'd never lose you. I thought my words were so
RC20
true.
preset,
And I swore I'd
92 transition
never
preset.
hurt you.
This is set at
Now I don't
25%
know
mix
what
in the
to
effect
do.
line. Some more,
Everything's off
MPC60
now.
preset, same thing. These two buttons are turned on.
I'm
Just
just
cut.
too ashamed
Oh,
of
and a
how
little bit
I
of
did
jitter
you
and a little bit of
wrong.
Hollow Vince's verb. Set at 34, basically 35% mix. H delay set at half a bar of ping pong mode turned on. This delay is set at 50% mix in the effect line. And then this EQ is just taking some low mids and lows and boosting some highs in this vocal. So I know I just ran this high pitched vocal out, but yeah. This high pitched vocal, all those effects were from the main vocal, which was also stereo separated 25%. And this high pitched vocal was also stereo separated 25%. So basically, with this high pitched vocal, I bounced out that original vocal with all those effects on it, and then I added Decimort again, but made a more aggressive cut at 11,000 hertz. Added another Valhalla Vintage verb, 20% mix on top of that. Added the same EQ as we had at the bottom of our main vocal effect chain. We're just taking this low mids and lows and boosting some highs. We have a drowned out vocal, which is very cool. So same is the vocal audio that I bounced out, the main vocal audio. It's that same vocal audio with these same effects on it. I have the MPC60 preset again, Decimort. Make sure these two buttons are turned on, and this is a way more aggressive cut. This cut is at, what is this? 3500 hertz. Valhalla Vintage verb at 30% added. Same waves H delay, set at half bar ping pong mode turned on, but this one is set at 100% mix. Shaper box, we're messing with like the volume. Putting the side chain, one preset set at half a bar. That's really the sauce that you're hearing. So, and this EQ, taking out a lot of low mids and a lot of lows. Arrangement wise, beginning and end of every 8 bars, I have these ear candies. Just to make sure it sounds a little cool, make sure they're in key, and I also have these chimes at the beginning. First section, I got this main chord progression, bounce out audio, both melodies, both pads playing, and I got this phrase playing too. Right here, I automated the delay for the counter melody right here. Then I got background noise as well. Ear candy is the main vocal. And for the second section, got the filter piano, both pads. Added a bass, kept the phrase. There's no counter melody, so we'll take out the leveling or automation of delay. Added a perk loop. Kept the background. Made the vocal high pitch. The third section took out the piano melody as a whole. I'm sorry, main piano chord progression. Added this other piano melody. Kept both pads and bass. Kept the phrase. Kept the perk loop. Took out the for the fourth section. Brought back the notes of piano. Kept both pads, took out the bass, kept the phrase, took out the perk loop, and added the drowned out vocal. This is my fifth section. Kind of want to keep it there. Brought back two main melodies, main piano progression. Took out both pads, brought back the bass, took out the phrase, took out the vocal, took out the background texture. So pretty bare, but I love it. Let you guys hear this joint one more time. See how it came out.
Appreciate y'all for rocking me in this video. If you like this sample, it'll be available with the first link in the description down below. Make sure to hit that subscribe button as well. I'd love to have y'all join the gang. Appreciate y'all again. See you on the next video. Much love.